Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. And today I want to talk to you about hidden skills. They're actually not hiding, they're auto attack skills, but I wanted to bring a few to light for you of the best and worst auto attacks in the game, and actually some auto attacks that can be incredibly useful and some that can be actually surprisingly good damage if you need them in certain situations. And if you just want to have a little bit of extra fun, because originally how I discovered a lot of these special auto attacks is by setting extra challenges and rules for myself when I'm doing things like World Boss Dimension Rifts, etc. And one of the rules I did recently on the Twitch live stream was to only use a character's auto attacks. And I was lucky enough to find out that some characters have hilariously good and satisfying auto attacks. But I wanted to start with Songbird so that you guys can remember where it all started, because I think Songbird was the first character to be introduced with an actual threatening auto attack. And her auto attack does everything the word auto says it would do. Super fast, and actually does respectable damage. And it's actually her main way of killing enemies if you're going to do something like World Boss with Songbird. So I wanted to use her as the prime example because this is what the most offensive version of an auto attack looks like. It's fast enough and damaging enough to be a real skill. But she is not the only character with an entertaining one. You guys already are familiar with, from my video and others, Baron Mordo's hilarious kind of auto stun auto attack. So I won't go into too much detail about that one, but just try it out in Shadowlands if you don't know what I'm talking about, and you'll see. But more recently, with new uniforms, we've gotten some pretty interesting changes to some core characters. So Hulk, for example, actually has an iframe on his auto attack if you start off from far away, which I think is very cool. Keeping with that theme of kind of movement auto attacks, Hela has kind of the opposite. If she gets too close, she actually teleports backwards and does a 2-second bind. That's crazy. That's actually crowd control. That's very useful for Shadowland. So this is not totally a meme video. There's some value to this. People who only want informative content. Sticking with that, similarly, Loki with his new uniform will also teleport backward. Or maybe it's forward. I don't remember now. I think it's forward. Yes, he teleports forward. Although it's not an iframe, it is very cool. In addition, with either uniform, Yellow Jacket has this very entertaining kind of finger-like, bug-like, antenna-like auto attack, which I find very hilarious and entertaining. Keeping with the blast types, Ironheart, unlike Iron Man, has a very cool auto attack. She has these kind of lightsaber slashes, but if you get far enough away, she does a triple blaster hit first. She does a triple Hadoken, and then she goes in for the slice and dice. Like it a lot. Very, very much. Keeping with the iframes, we all know about Cyclops with the jump back. Very useful, but his auto attack is actually quite strong as well. You can see it pierces, looks very cool, very Cyclopsy, but he also has that jump back. Who has an even larger jump back, and you probably didn't know this, is Proxima. Look at the distance that she gets with that auto attack. That is some crazy acrobatics on her part. In addition, one of the Sinister Six, in this case, my boy that I recently tier 2'd, SANDMAN, it's similar to Hulk. If you're far enough away, he will auto attack iframe and then go into the hammer hands that we know and that are very iconic. In addition, one of my more interesting, or one of my more entertaining iframes or auto attacks is Spider-Man with his newest uniform. This doesn't work with his other uniforms, I believe, but with Homecoming, from far away, he webs the ground and then uses it to propel himself forward. I think this is one of the most entertaining auto attacks, aside from the ones I've left at the end of the video, and I think this could actually be substituted for one of his skills. I think probably his second skill is kind of boring, so I wouldn't mind having his auto attack with the web pull as one of his regular skills, because it's so iconic of Spider-Man using his webs, using his environment to his advantage when he's fighting. Additionally, I want to bring up a comparison between Hawkeye and HAWKEYE, because I think it's quite entertaining. Regular Hawkeye has a pretty fast attack speed on his auto attack, and you'll see that every 4th arrow has a pierce effect. So I'm hitting one, oh wait, I'm hitting one robot, oh wait, I'm hitting one robot, then I hit them all. I'm hitting one, then I hit them all. Very cool, bit of a change up. If you compare Hawkeye to Kate Bishop Hawkeye, which is who I meant by the other Hawkeye, you'll see a stark difference in one particular category, the attack speed. How she pulls that many arrows out of her quiver is basically humanly impossible. Not to mention the fact that she bends the arrows like that, which is probably physics impossible. Physics, yeah, denying the laws of physics. You know what I mean. Another one that I think is quite entertaining, sticking with the speed class, is Elsa. She has a very cool kind of somersault right there on her auto attack, which I find hugely satisfying to watch. The acrobatics are just mucho entertaining. Reminds me of her third skill. Keeping with the iframe auto attacks, we have Singularity. And while this doesn't do any damage, if she gets too close, she teleports backwards. Her regular auto attack is quite pathetic, but that teleport kind of makes up for it. One of the more meme-tastic auto attacks, if you're looking for that sort of thing, is with Moon Girl. You have to ignore the dinosaur, but Moon Girl has a pretty entertaining punch, punch, punch with the kind of bubble gun side auto attack, which I think is just so charming and really captures the essence of the character as kind of a mischievous hero using her genius level intellect and ingenuity to do things. Someone who I didn't give much credit at the beginning, but who actually turned out to be a decent character, is Mysterio, and his auto attack is no different. Check this bad boy out. That is cool. He also has regular purple Hadokens, which I will never get tired of seeing because I love the color scheme, but look at that close range auto attack. Give me some of that, Mysterio. That is some fly-by, fly guy. That's some David Blaine kind of shit. That is so cool. Watch me fly. That's so entertaining. It doesn't do good damage, but it's so entertaining. And finally, I wanted to give a shout out to Kid Kaiju. I think his auto attack is kind of the pinnacle of auto attacks in terms of the attention to detail. And you'll see that he's using his sketchbook in these auto attacks that I'm now doing, and he's kind of swiping his pencil, and with each swipe, a different one of his summons comes out. I think the timing and the rhythm between these two animations is beautiful, and I think this is the level of detail that we should expect from Netmarble in all of their creations going forward. That this should not be the pinnacle, but be kind of the expectation or the minimum that they should provide, because it's just fantastic work. Finally, I want to give you some bad ones, because you can't see the good if you can't appreciate the bad. And we have no one as bad as Gorgon. Oh boy, my boy Gorgon. This is boring as Gorgon is boring. This is the whole auto attack. Just swing one way, swing the other way. Swing one way, swing the other way. There's no variation. You go far away, you go from behind, you go up close. It's all the same, Gorgon. What did they do to you, my boy? Also, if you didn't have enough reason to hate Whiplash, you can now hate him for how slow his auto attack is. This is really at top speed. Auto. This is basically manual attack at this point. Yeah, that's brutally slow. Finally, I want to show you guys actual gameplay of two auto attacks and my two favorites for Cable and Rocket Raccoon. Unfortunately, when I recorded that, the audio for the game was not working, so you won't have the in-game sounds, but I wanted to give them to you now so you guys can check just how cool these auto attacks sound. Cable's is probably my favorite of all time right now. This is so amazing. It's basically an FPS. This is so cool. In addition, when you get too close, grenades. Come on. Look at the detail on this auto attack. Cable has more detail in his auto attack than Gamora has on her uniformed skills. Think about that, Netmarble. What have you done? The disparity is appalling. In addition to Cable, Rocket Raccoon actually has a very entertaining auto attack. Not this one. This one's pretty lame. You have to have his uniform. Excuse me. But if you get his uniform, it's actually the newest one anyways. Very cool. Similar to Cable's, multiple hits, and just very satisfying machine gun gameplay. So let's check out the clip. Punisher's is pretty cool, but Cable and Rocket really take the cake. And as a last note, I will say, if you ever get tired of Future Fight, as you can see, if you ever get tired of Future Fight as an ARPG game, just know that there's always a hidden FPS. And all you have to do is unlock Cable or Rocket Raccoon. In addition to his regular burst fire, barrage, Cable also has this amazing jump back grenade, which is so cool. And then they stop and they explode later. I mean, this is amazing. You could have a whole game mode around just using the character's auto attacks to do damage, because this in and of itself is so entertaining to me. Running around, dodging, and then just suppressing fire, suppressing fire, suppressing fire. This is just beyond entertaining. And actually, in Cable's case, it does respectable damage. Not so much for other characters, but, you know, we can't always have the best of both worlds. But I actually just killed Ebony in less than a minute with Cable's auto attack. I'm pretty sure you didn't think that was possible before today. And I'm going to do the same thing to Black Dwarf here in a second. But I want to show you Rockets because it's very similar. It definitely doesn't do anywhere near as much damage as Cable's, but in terms of how satisfying it can be to just let off a couple rounds into this giant orange monster, it's quite satisfying. And you also get the heal bubble, which is cute and thematic, and it helps out when you're taking damage, because if you take damage, you'll die. Finally, I want to show you Punisher's auto attack, because it's got guns. It's not as entertaining as the other ones, but he uses both of his guns. He uses one of his guns, and it's kind of like Punisher. I guess he could do a little spin move. It would be nice. But he does, yeah, just blast off those rounds, get all Punisher-y. Let me know how you guys like the Netflix series as well. But we are gonna finish this clear with just auto attacks, just so you guys can see that there's actually some value to these auto attacks. They don't benefit, I think, from the damage proc obelisk. It doesn't seem as though they do, but man, Cable does surprisingly decent damage. Oh, gotta get out of the way. With that auto attack. Yeah, Black Dwarf is shook right now. He doesn't know what's going on. He's like, auto attack? I haven't heard that name in years. But yeah, we're chipping him down. Oh wow, can we actually clear the... No way. No way. No, we can't. We can't. No, we can't. It's okay. We'll get it with Rocket. Maybe not. But still. Auto attacks? I bet you didn't see that one coming. Right, Quicksilver? Also, that bar at the top is surprisingly helpful. Okay, we got the slam down. He's going to do the spin moves next. Here's the spin move. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to finish this with Cable now. Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Okay, we're going to finish this with Punisher. Maybe. Possibly. That's bad. Oh, that's also bad. Oh, that's really bad. He's so slow. Okay. We got time. We got 2 minutes. Okay. Punisher. 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 And there you have it. A lot of suspense. A lot more challenging than you might think, but oddly satisfying. If you haven't laughed and turned off the video yet, congratulations. You've made it to the end, and I thank you for watching. But seriously, auto attacks, more fun than you might think. Let me know what your favorite auto attacks are and why. If I missed any really cool ones or super lame ones, also let me know down below in the comments, because I read them all. Subscribe if you're having a good time, and of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.